This is Rob Ismay and you're watching Sport Icons.
Now, I genuinely hope that Tommy Fury goes on and proves all the naysayers wrong, and I hope he goes on and has a fantastic career, becomes a world champion and a huge name across the sport of boxing. Genuinely, I do. And there's nothing wrong with a parent, a father, defending his son, giving him some confidence, giving him a boost, boosting his profile. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I hear things from John Fury talking about his son Tommy, saying how Tommy reminds him of shades of Golovkin, a younger Golovkin, what are you talking about? More like shades of a fucking window cleaner. I mean, comparing Tommy Fury to a younger Golovkin or even a Golovkin now is like comparing a Lamborghini to a Ford Fiesta. Comparing Pele or Diego Maradona to Ronnie Rosenthal or Shola Amiobi. Comparing the chin of Canelo Alvarez to Amir Khan's chin. It's night and day. I mean, when John Fury says a younger Gennady Golovkin, what, a younger Triple G? Even as an amateur, Triple G, what, silver medalist at the Olympic Games? Gold at the World Championships? Triple G, who even as an amateur won more competitions, more medals than Tommy Fury's even had fights. Or the Triple G that went on to become world champion and record number world title defenses. Triple G has a fantastic resume, and I know some people don't want to hear that, but he does. Has he fought everybody when he should have fought them at their best? No, not always, but he still has a very, very good resume. I mean, let's not forget, even in the early part of his career, or early-ish part of his career, he was meant to be fighting Pirog who defeated Daniel Jacobs. But unfortunately for Pirog, he had a career-ending injury. So that fight never came off. But to compare Tommy Fury to Triple G, any form of Triple G, is almost sacrilegious. It's ridiculous. And I swear John Fury says these things not to put Tommy Fury into the headlines, but to put himself into the headlines. That is absolute madness. And if he actually believes the words that he says, I'd be worried. If I was Tommy, I'd burn him off as trainer. Because you don't need that kind of person around you. You need somebody who's realistic. Fill you with confidence for sure, but not exaggerate crap. Not say things that the world is going to end up making memes about you. Because that's the kind of statement that people will make memes about you for. Even though Tommy has said absolutely nothing. Comparing Tommy Fury to Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. That is ridiculous. And as I said, I hope Tommy Fury proves him correct. I really do. And I hope to be eating crow pie at some point. I really, really do. But right now, based on what I've seen of Tommy Fury, I'd be shocked, I'd be surprised if he wins the area belt or even an English title. Don't get me wrong, okay? You can guide anybody to certain titles if you're matching them very, very selectively and very, very carefully. You can do that, as Lou DiBella says. You know, you could create a undefeated record for a ham sandwich if you match him correctly. But Tommy Fury, I don't know. I mean, I don't see anything in him that makes me go, oh, he's going to do something. Now, his first couple of fights, I was looking at him thinking, okay, he's got some pretty decent knockout power. But recently, I think he's too hell-bent on talking about Jake Paul. And again, Jake Paul was only giving Tommy Fury any kind of attention because he's the younger brother of Tyson. But again, I mean, speaking of Tyson, to be fair to Tommy, I remember when Tyson turned pro, people weren't giving Tyson any kind of praises, saying how Tyson's going to go on and become a world champion or anything. People were looking at him thinking he's a tall, skinny, uncoordinated boxer, a guy who even punched himself in the face a few fights later, things like that. When he went to uppercut his opponent, hit his chest and ended up uppercutting his own face. And look how he turned everything around. But with John Fury as trainer, I'll be worried. I'll be very, very worried. Again, let's be brutally honest. And I know John was around for Tyson's amateur career and what have you, and some part of his professional career in the beginning, but for a huge chunk of that, he missed a whole bit of that. And by the time that Tyson started to become good and started to become recognisable, that was through his brother Hughie. That was through his brother Peter. Not John. I mean, John missed a huge chunk of it, obviously, because he was incarcerated. But anyway, listen, to go back onto Tommy Fury and Gennady Golovkin, that is absolutely ridiculous. It really is. I mean, John Fury said some absolute stupid things in his time, but that's mad. And to say how he's fighting a very good opponent this Saturday at Wembley Stadium. Now, I watch a lot of boxing. I don't know who this guy is that he's fighting. He's got a record of 10 wins, 1 defeat. Again, going off the top of my head here, didn't that guy lose his last fight and get knocked out? But the wins that he has against absolute cab drivers. Don't get me wrong, there's some pretty tough cab drivers out there that I certainly wouldn't mess with, right? But you get my point. Very, very padded resume. Very padded resume. Tommy Fury didn't look great against Jake Paul's sparring partner last time out on the Jake Paul undercard. Didn't look great. Tommy Fury, let's be honest, bottled it against Jake Paul. Had a little bit of a cough. Oh. Come on now. Come on. Reminds me of Golovkin. What? When Golovkin was still in the nutsack of his dad, maybe? Ridiculous. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up. Subscribe. Catch you on the next video.